Now we'll begin with excretion. Among the assimilated nutrients in animals, carbohydrates and lipids are metabolized to carbon dioxide and water. Proteins and nucleoproteins metabolism produces waste nitrogen in various forms in different animals. The waste nitrogen proves toxic if it's concentrated in the cell, therefore it must be removed from the body. The elimination of wasteful metabolites, mainly of the nitrogenous nature, is called excretion. In contrast, the mechanism of excretion in plants is different. Plants in their autotrophic mode of life produce oxygen and in metabolism produce carbon dioxide and water as the excretory products. Plants also produce several organic and inorganic compounds which are stored for various purposes and also removed when necessary. Plant cells have large vacuoles. These can be used for either storage of useful compounds or the storage of waste substances. They may accumulate at the concentrations that lead to crystal formation in the vacuoles. Plants produce certain waste of organic and inorganic nature which are stored in certain organs. The leaves are the prominent organs for this purpose. These leaves are destined to fall off, as in the case of autumn leaves in plants, or die off, as happens in the leaves and stalk of certain bulbs. Example: bluebell, leaving the bulb underground. This is the reason gardeners find rotted autumn leaves a good source of minerals. The falling of yellow leaves in autumn is the seasonal time for the plants to get rid of accumulated wastes, and because of the reason, leaves are said to be excretophore. According to the explanation, the change in color in these leaves is not due to the removal of chlorophyll, as a microscopic examination of autumn leaves shows that leaves are loaded with pigment compounds prior to falling off, and many toxic material like heavy metals increase sharply as the yellowing proceeds. Some trees deposit strange chemicals in their branches and trunks, especially in the old xylem, which is no longer used for water transport. This takes place in ebony, which produces very black wood in the center. These are considered to be waste materials by plant physiologists. Some plants will actively secrete waste compounds into the soil, occasionally using them as chemical weapons against other competing plants, example conifers. Keeping in view the definition of excretion I discussed earlier, that it is the elimination of waste metabolites, several products may be included in the list of excretory products. Water, due to its removal in hypoosmotic environment, is labeled as an excretory product in these specific conditions. Similarly, salts removed by animals in hypotonic environment are the excretory products for these animals. Otherwise, overwhelmingly, nitrogenous waste metabolites constitute the excretory products. Primarily in the catabolism of amino acids, the amino group NH2 is released, deamination, or transferred to another molecule for removal or reuse. Amino group not used for recycling of amino acids is essentially dissolved in water and excreted to avoid toxic rise in the plasma. Elevated levels of these wastes can cause convulsions, coma, and eventually death. Most excess nitrogen is excreted by animals as ammonia, urea, or uric acid. Lower quantities of nitrogen are excreted in the form of other compounds such as creatinine, creatine, or trimethylamine oxide, and in very small quantities as amino acids, purines, and pyrimidines. Metabolism of purine and pyrimidine bases produce significant amount of nitrogenous waste of hypoxanthine, xanthine, uric acid, allantoin, urea, and ammonia.